we're gonna talk about these drones over Jersey. I know there's gonna be people in the chat. If y'all watching this on YouTube, there be people on YouTube in the comments. Everybody got their own opinion. People gonna say aliens. People gonna say it's government. People gonna say it's this. All these theories. Nobody really knows what's going on. So I'm not hating on nobody's theory. We just gonna watch the coverage. We're gonna talk about it, and that's that. And if you got a theory, you could drop it. Like it's like school. Ain't no stupid questions. Ain't no stupid theories. Ain't no stupid answers. Cause don't nobody know. So if you sit there and call somebody else what they saying is dumb, is hey man, just let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Let me start for this one.
With a TD Cash credit card, it's easy to change things up. Customize your cash back, no matter.
Bring in
They're just pacing back and forth, going very slow.
You're joining me by squinting at your screen right now, and you're seeing what I'm seeing. Sort of a twinkling light in the sky. Well, these are just a few of the dozens of mysterious drones spotted circling above New Jersey. Now, the FBI is investigating. Governor Phil Murphy says the drones are hard to track because, quote, the minute you get your eyes on them, they go dark.
They go dark
CBS
is crazy.
News national investigative correspondent Tom Hansen joins us now. Tom, what do we know about these drones and where they came from as we squint to see what they are and then they disappear and go dark?
Yeah, those are some really eye-opening videos that we're seeing come out on social media. You know, these drones vary in shape and size. And while we don't know much about where they come from or what, if any, risk they pose, what we do know is that they have a lot of people talking in this community, Mendham, New Jersey. And I actually want to bring in a barista at Simple Coffee. A lot of people are coming in here. His name is John. And they're telling him what they're seeing. And John, in fact, has seen these drones himself as well. So, John, what are people saying here?
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. I know in my own personal experience, I was driving home from a friend's house, passing by Flanders Valley Golf Course, and I saw a drone that looked like the size of a small car, just hovering right above the golf course.
I'm gonna just say this. I'm not a drone expert in any shape, fashion, or form. I've flown like one of them little Amazon drones maybe once or twice. I know a few people who do drone work for like cameras and stuff. And I've seen them get pretty large, but the size of a car is not something I'm familiar with. So I'm just gonna say that. That ain't no regular
And I tried
drone.
to get a picture of it, but you know how it is. The lights, it's kind of hard to get a true image out of it. But
I don't know what his deal is, but living in Florida for a long time, I can attest to that and say, like, if you ever seen like some aerial phenomenon, which I've seen a lot of, and most people who live near like the Space Coast in Florida for some point in time, you see things like they have launches, like legitimate things, sometimes things you don't know what it is, whatever, but trying to record them when they're like lights in the sky, you can't really get good footage. Like, it's hard to get, you're never gonna really make out what it is. Usually you just get like a blurry little light, if that. You know, you don't, it's hard. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's go.
It's honestly kind of been a little comical too, as well, because people come in here with all their conspiracies and all their own ideas of what could be happening, and it is nice in a coffee shop environment to talk about it.
Size of a car is crazy though.
So you were telling me that some of these drones are as large as a car, some are as small as the more conventional drones. What do they sound like, and what are they moving like when you do see them?
See, sometimes it's hard to really get a true idea of what they sound like, because some of them are very high up, looks like 10,000 feet, and then others could be around 500.
I don't know how to eyeball 10,000 feet. If he does, good on him, because I can't eyeball that.
100 feet. So the larger ones, I have seen stories and I have heard that it could sound like a helicopter, while the small ones, when they're high up, you can't really hear anything at all.
Yeah, and then what are people saying? Are people concerned? Are they fascinated? What's the general sense you're getting from people who are coming into your coffee shop?
I would say probably a mixture of fascination and concern. I feel as if definitely the older generation is more concerned with their privacy.
What do you mean by that?
All that, but I'm more fascinated by it. I like listening to the conspiracies. I've heard everything from Russian spies to an alien invasion, so it's kind of an it's been fun to listen.
Yeah, and one thing we know for certain is that people are certainly talking about this. Speaking of those concerns,
they said this has been going on for a month already. That's crazy. Like, nobody did nothing in a month.
In a closed-door meeting right now, trying to address and get to the bottom of what exactly they should be doing in response to these drones. We have heard over the past few days that these drones are not posing a security threat to local communities, although that has not done much.
Having something fly over me is a security threat.
Amongst the residents all throughout New Jersey, Staten Island, and New York, Reed.
And Tom,
I thought Staten Island was part of New York, but all right, let's do it. He got some good coverage. I'm not going to just watch one guy. I want to get a good consensus. Got me speaking off. Okay, this is recent. Let's try this one. Let me see what this one's about.
An alternative to pills, Voltaren
is
is a clinically proven arthritis pain relief gel which penetrates deep to target the source of pain with non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medicine directly at the source. Voltaren, the joy of movement.
My ranty speech. Before I get this, like, if you've lived in an area and like you've never seen any type of aerial phenomenon going on, whatever it is, like, it could be really eerie and weird, like, especially when something moves unconventionally. Like, I've seen things, planes, like, oh, it could mistake for a plane, something just going, just course, or even if you don't hear it, you just see it with the lights and stuff, you kind of generally know how planes operate. But when you see something moving not like a plane or giving off some type of aura or lights that are not plane-like, it is kind of like an eerie feeling,
Tonight, an aerial mystery that's been described as unnerving is growing. The FBI now investigating multiple reports of unidentified drones flying over New Jersey, some as large as a small car. And today, a large drone seen here, also described as the size of a small vehicle, flying over a California event where Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was in attendance.
More drones in the sky, Rockaway, New Jersey.
The New Jersey drones, initially spotted in the northern part of the state, now being reported further south. Sightings also now being reported in New York City. Staten Island Borough President Vito Fossella calling on the FAA and FBI to expand their investigation.
People have seen a number of 15-foot or so wingspan drones hovering around. In this day and age, I just don't think that that's something you take lightly.
Yeah,
if it is, nothing to be concerned.
The size of a small car, it's already ridiculous. 15-foot wingspan, that has to be like maybe they mean like those military drones, but the way they're hovering around and saying they're flying is a little weird. I don't know, man.
About someone should come forward.
It's been going on too long for somebody to say.
By the number of sightings.
One would go over, and then the next one would come, and then the next one, and the next one. So it wasn't like there would be 20 coming at one time.
Jonathan Lace, a pilot himself, shot this shocking video overnight of multiple car-sized drones near the Essex County, New Jersey airport. So concerned by what he saw, he contacted the FAA.
What's been probably the most alarming thing to you?
As a pilot, I can tell you that, when you're about to land, the last thing you want to see is something hovering in front of you.
What is that?
With many questions and few answers, residents and officials alike on high alert as the mystery in the sky deepens. George Solis, NBC News, New York.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like just off of the sheer time, as long as it's been going on, like something else. Possible drone. Oh, let me watch this one. I feel like somebody should have did or said something, like, if this was going on that long. I know they're saying it's not a threat, but from what I understand, I don't think it's legal for you to just be flying drones like that especially near airports. So, like, somebody ass need to be in trouble. Just off of that alone, they should have did or said something, I feel like. So it should just get weird, man. It's just weird.
Township. Nick?
Who even has the power to control all these drones? Is this a bunch
into
of
a
people?
Possible drone landing in Somerset County, New Jersey.
Okay.
Nick Calloway has been covering this unusual uptick in drone sightings for several weeks. He joins us live at the scene in Hillsborough Township. Nick?
Well, Cindy, police are not telling us much at the moment, but emergency officials have been here on the scene all morning searching that wooded area just behind me for something. Chopper 2 was over the scene as local firefighters, hazmat crews, and police officers have been on the scene here. They were searching that wooded marsh area near the Lowe's off Route 206 here in Hillsboro. Officials also had a drone up in the air looking for something.
They had a drone.
That after there were reports of a possible drone landing late last night. Now, there has been an enormous amount of interest in all the drone activity lately here in New Jersey. So when there were reports of a possible drone down, folks who live around here came to take a look and see what they could find out.
Yeah,
but police are
wacky.
being
That's
extremely
wicked.
tight-lipped, referring all questions to the FBI. FBI officials say they are aware of the situation but would not comment further. A lot of the firefighters and police just left this scene within the last 20 minutes or so. I asked one firefighter right before he left if they found anything in that wooded area behind me. He politely said that he is not at liberty to say.
Come on,
in Hillsborough
bro.
Township, New Jersey. Nick Calloway.
Not at liberty to say is such the fucking, like, that is like a gaslight. Like, if it was nothing, just say nothing. If you personally, and if it was something, just say it's something I can't take. But saying I'm not at liberty to say just leaves it open. It's like, yo, they're trying to egg this shit on, bro. Come on, man.
CBS News, New York.
Nick, thank you. And the drone sightings are now spreading into New York. This morning, officials from Staten Island joined the chorus of voices expressing urgent concern. But as Christina Fan reports, the White House is playing down the situation.
Well, Cindy, calls are intensifying from local lawmakers demanding the federal government do something about this mind-boggling mystery. Many of the recent sightings have been reported right here in New York City, including above us in the South Bronx.
Friday morning, Staten Island officials became the latest group pressing federal agencies and the NYPD to investigate sightings over local military bases.
Over military bases is dangerous. Something flying over a military base, bro, that's not supposed to be allowed. From what I understand in my understanding or whatever recollection of how the military works, you're not supposed to just be able to fly things over a military base unknown. Like, somebody has to know what's going on, or that has to go. That's reckless as hell.
Points of interest and residential neighborhoods.
How can we, the United States of America, have this going on and we're told just look the other way? Ignore it. It's no big deal.
Their demands follow a joint letter Senators Kirsten Gillibrand and Chuck Schumer of New York and Cory Booker and Andy Kim of New Jersey sent to the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the FAA, calling the unidentified drones alarming and a potential safety risk.
We should know what's going on over our skies.
Rashawn McIntosh shared these drone videos taken just after midnight Thursday in St. Albans, Queens.
My concern is not knowing where they...
Hold on, wait, St. Albans, Queens? That's where they flying over my hood? They flying over my hood? Oh, nah, hold on, go back one. They flying over my hood.
After midnight Thursday in St. Albans, Queens.
My concern is not...
I ain't gonna lie, that one kind of looked like a plane in a way.
Thursday
but
in St. Albans, Queens.
Nah, I don't know.
My concern is not knowing where they came from.
The White House, meanwhile, is trying to...
As I said, my concern is not knowing where they came from. That ain't my only concern, bro.
On the public, saying many of the more than 3,000 reported sightings so far may have been planes mistaken for drones.
We have no evidence at this time.
All right, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you right now. I'm gonna keep it real with you right now. Most of us who grew up in a city or near airport have seen planes fly over us numerous times. Like, I've lived near airports. I've seen planes. I have a basic understanding of how commercial airlines fly and how they look, the lights and whatnot. It would be very hard for me to mistake certain things for a plane that are not, like, how can I put this? I know what the fuck a plane look like, bro. At this point, all of my years of living, I've seen planes fly over. Now, maybe some people are panicking because they're hearing about the drones and they starting to think, but from what I'm seeing in these videos and what people are saying and how they're operating and moving, I don't think all these people are just mistaking planes for drones. Maybe some of them, but I refuse to believe that all of these people just all of a sudden start thinking planes are something that they're not. And if they was, why would the FBI be saying, oh yeah, we know about them, but we don't know what's going on. Like, it's not planes, my nigga. Like, why are they trying to play people? Like, it's not planes, my nigga.
Or drones.
We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat.
See, they know it's not planes.
Or have a foreign nexus.
The NYPD says it is investigating the drone activity along with the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. Reporting from the South Bronx, Christina Fan.
All right, we're going to do one more on these drone things. They're having a conference right now. I think it's still live, but I'm going to probably tune into it another time because I want to catch it from the beginning and really dig in. Is this it? Is this it, the hearing? It says live. I don't know if it's live. Let me see what it looks like.
Is to use existing and emerging technologies to mitigate against unmanned aerial systems. Yes, that authorizes those specific federal agencies to deploy that technology, but in no way does a current law prohibit the rights of the sovereign state to authorize their own state and local law enforcement to use existing technologies and emerging technologies in a law enforcement capacity. Mr. Wiegmann, is it against the law for one American to strike another American? Yes, it is. It's not a trick question. Is that against the law?
He ready for smoke.
Obviously,
of course, there's a general law against that.
Yeah.
But is it allowed for a law enforcement officer who has probable cause to detain you or arrest you? Is it allowed for him to strike you in order to effect that arrest? Yes, of course he can. Is there a law against me crashing my car into yours purposefully? Yes, there is. But Mr. Jones, are you familiar with the pit maneuver?
Oh, he trying to get the cops.
Of course, law enforcement have been using this for decades. We use our vehicle to crash into a suspect vehicle in a particular.
He got a good point there. Okay, if y'all not following, I'm thinking this is what's going on because I'm just popping in too. But he's saying that local law enforcement should be able to take these drones out if they suspect they posing a threat, and they saying that they can't do that. They gotta wait for higher ups. I feel him on that, bro. If I'm the head, I'm the mayor or whatever, the senator, governors or whatever, this is my town, my city, my state, and y'all got this flying around, and I said, what's up? Take care of that. What is this? It's been a month, and y'all saying, no, I don't know, my hands are tied. Nah, man, I'm taking them down.
Federal and state laws. So, yes, there's plenty of laws. You guys love to cite these laws that exist so we cannot intercept an aircraft. We understand that. But if intercepting the aircraft is a law enforcement action, which using existing technology to mitigate against an unmanned aerial threat, Mr. Chairman, these technologies exist, and absolutely our local and state law enforcement entities should have access to the same tech.
He want the weapons so he could get it on with the drone. Give him the tech. My man is on his Iron Man war shit right now. He want to get it on with the drones. Let him get it on with the drones. I'm here.
Mr. Jones, you had stated earlier, good sir, and thank you for wearing the badge, my brother. You had stated earlier that yes, you're deploying these systems, but please clarify for America that there are great restrictions on actually deploying the technology to land a drone. You're using the technology primarily to track criminal drones, but you're not using that technology primarily to land drones, which is what the technology does. Am I correct in that assessment or not, Mr. Jones?
Well, both are true. We are using
he looked like
technology
a
to track the drones. We are also using technology
military alien movie guy. He looks like the typical guy.
At a place of our discretion.
And give us a number.
I'm sorry, I'm talking over it. I don't care. He looked like the guy that do that, and he know they got the technology, and he holding back. And my boy wants to get it on and give him the technology so he could take care of the problem.
You have them mitigated 60 of those aircraft.
60 of the 45,000 that you encountered. Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. You're using the technology to track, but you're not using the technology to fully mitigate. So this is what we've been talking about for a year, Mr. Chairman. This technology, by 10th Amendment right, belongs to the sovereign states, and they should be allowed to fully deploy it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield.
Gentleman's time has expired.
My man gave a good speech in his time.
Thank you, Chairman. And, sometimes I feel like I'm in the twilight zone up here. Like month after month, people come before us, they testify, and you don't get a lot of answers. And it's concerning, it's frustrating. You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are. You're telling me that a lot of these, Mr. Jones, you're telling me that 95% of these drones along the U.S.-Mexico border, we can't interact because they're not in U.S. territory?
That is correct. A large proportion of them stay in foreign airspace.
Y'all doing nothing.
There are a lot of Americans that are very frustrated right now.
Doing nothing,
essentially
bro.
Questioning where are my taxpayer dollars going?
Exactly. Y'all doing nothing.
Craze that's kind of starting to take hold. This is very real. I mean, this is going to come. People are going to have to come before the carpet, and they're going to have to explain every single line item. What do you do here? What does this get? And so let me ask a very specific
where the money
question.
Going?
Mr. Wheeler, how much of the FBI budget goes towards counter-UAS?
Get them. Let's go.
So the technical part of operational
where the money
that I have within the critical incident response groups, just less than 500,000.
500,000?
500,000?
That's nothing.
What is he? No, 500,000.
So low?
Well, I don't.
And I wonder we don't know what the hell is going on. 500,000.
Cook him.
So that number doesn't capture the FBI Newark investigation, for example.
Oh my gosh.
The budget allocation for what we're doing investigatively is not captured in that number.
Bro, you chatting. You stuck, bro. Come on.
And the way we deploy it, just under 500,000.
We want to help you. I mean, this is a committee. We
500,000, man.
Because
people win more than that on game shows.
The American people deserve to know the truth on this, and we also deserve to have actions on it. And if it's a budget issue, no problem. But it's also what is our money getting us? Clearly, not a whole lot. And something needs to change, though. I'm trying to figure out what that something is.
Mr. Gonzalez is cooking right now.
It's the same old, same old. From a CBP standpoint, Mr. Jones, do you know what the current budget of CBP is for counter-UAS?
I can tell you that direct appropriations for counter-UAS was zero last year.
Zero?
So CBP took it out of Hyde, and we will continue to take it out of Hyde. Now, I can't tell you exactly what that number is. I have a general ballpark, but we can discuss that. I provide that as a get back to you.
Another committee that I sit on is
my boy looks like a Marvel
I see a lot of things through the lens of dollars and cents. If you're putting zero on the board, you're probably not going to get a lot of success. And it's not fair.
Zero is crazy.
A lot of people talk about the border. I represent the border, nearly half of the southern border. I've been out there with these agents in the middle of nowhere that are essentially alone and unafraid, making do with what they have. It's not fair to them, and ultimately it's not fair to us to have them combat against some of these drones that are happening with a zero budget. I mean, it's just madness.
A zero budget is crazy.
I guess I have another line of questioning, but I don't want to embarrass anyone. I would just say,
embarrass them, bro.
I would be very interested in partnering up and figuring out what we need to do in order to find and answer some of these questions. What resources do you need? The technology's already out there. Drones, this isn't new. Drones are 100 years old. This isn't state-of-the-art.
Drones are 100 years old.
Drones are old technology.
First of all, I don't know about
that.
that.
The fact that we don't know what's flying in our airspace is only the tip of the iceberg. Can I
pause this? Gonzalez here is cooking. I don't know about 100-year-old drones. He knows something I don't know. Maybe I got to look into that. He talking about some ancient shit. Well, not ancient. It's 100 years. But anyway, he's cooking, bro, because where the money going? This is crazy.
The answer can't be we don't know.
Yeah,
and the answer
we don't know.
Can't
it's
be
crazy.
Zero. I mean, we got to do better than that. And if we don't, I suspect not good things will happen. So thank you, gentlemen, for coming before us and testifying. I look forward to partnering with all your agencies. I yield back.
Gentleman yields. Chair now recognizes the gentleman from New York. Mr.
Dang, I wanted to switch off, but this is cooking right now.
Sort of feel the same way as my good friend, Mr. Gonzalez. This is like deja vu. We've been talking about this for a long time and seems to be not getting much answers. I mean, the chairman and I visited New York City probably close to 2 years ago. We met with the leadership in the NYPD. It was probably one of the most rapidly growing drone use in the country. And my vision on jurisdiction of taking down drones may be different from others here. But first, I think it's important to quickly focus on stuff back at home. I mean, these drones over New York and New Jersey, flying over critical infrastructure, flying over some of, whether it's the Verrazano Bridge or others.
Flying over the bridge is dangerous,
my
bro.
colleagues, the fact that we continue to say that we don't know what they are, we don't know what they're doing.
That shit could be tragic.
I mean, the American people are looking at us and they think that we're lying to them because they think, how could you possibly not have answers to drones flying over some of the most critical airspace in the country? So, I mean, if we're expecting the American people to believe in the information that we're giving them, I think we do need to do better. And that's none of your fault. I mean, the fact that there's only a, $500,000 in drone expenditures appropriation.
You better hit up Elon.
I mean, that's absolutely insane, and I hope that it's something that my colleagues work on. But as many has already pointed out, drones continue to rapidly advance and become more readily available. Along with the expansion, threats from drones being used by bad actors have only increased, as all of you have mentioned.
All right, we're gonna
counter
down,
UAS authorities are.
We're gonna slow it down, like, because I implore anybody, if y'all interested in this topic, man, watch this whole thing, because I know I'm gonna watch it another time. How stupid could it be? Like, nah, this is really crazy though. Like, I want to watch some more videos on it, but I think we pretty much touched it, man. What do y'all think? If y'all watching this, right? Well, my chat going in right now, but I guess on the YouTube, people catching this on the YouTube, man. I wanted to have like a more in-depth discussion on it. Hold on, pause this. Got it. I wanted to have a more in-depth discussion on it, but it's just like it ain't. It's a lot there, but it's not a lot there. These drones been flying around. They say they don't know what they are. They're not planes, but they don't know what they're doing. But they're not gonna do nothing to shoot them down or nothing like that. I don't know, man. What do y'all think it is? Y'all think it's another country that got car-sized drones somehow? Like, where did they come from? From what I understand, which I said is not a lot, I don't know drones that large, and I don't know drones that have that crazy of a battery life to probably fly. Definitely not from another country, unless, like, not even. For it to be in Jersey, where could it have flown from if it was another country? So it gotta be coming like somewhere from the ocean somewhere, or is there a base somewhere in the tri-state area that they charging up at? Because every night is crazy for a month, and then they don't see them coming, they don't see them. It's just a lot, man. What do y'all think, man? I've heard everything from it's our government to it's another government to it's aliens to it's angels to whatever, man. I just want to know what y'all think, man, because this is getting crazy. I see them from the little videos I see. They look like drones somewhat, just in different styles and stuff. They're cutting off the lights. Somebody's manning them. Who's controlling all of these drones? This ain't no prank. This is some real shit going on. I don't know, man. That's it for the drones. I'm done for the drones for today. I'm done because it's hurting me. But I'm going to watch this press conference later. All right.